I've written poetry for like the past 5 years now, but I performed my first poem my legs were shaking.
Oh yeah.
And it's different than modeling, because with modeling you're walking and you're kind of like not paying attention to everyone, but
Tell us about your journey, just the journey as a model.
as a Black woman, you will sometimes, at least earlier on, you won't get chosen to get your makeup or hair done in a timely manner as you should.
You know what? I like that. You can take away the kinda. How good was it?
You know me, I'll keep talking.
How does the playwrights work?
I feel like I gotta prove myself.
Hey,
Hold on. I feel disrespect.
whether they have, children or not,
Yeah.
Single parents or not, there's people out there that don't have children that still, have a world of things that they have going on.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to that next aspiring artist?
Yeah. So some advice that I would give is, I never in a million years would have thought.
Hi, I'd like to welcome everybody back to another episode of Wingz Alwayz Making 100 CEOs. Of course, I'm Zeffelin.
Empress. Yes, you already know.
All right, listen, guys, we got a very, very special show for you today. We're really, really excited about it. I want to let everyone know we're going a little bit different. We're still on the artist, and I'm still bringing you the top and the best that Oklahoma City has to offer, as promised, because one of the things we're going to do is shine that light on our shining stars that we already have. But I want to talk about the modeling industry a little bit. It's a fascinating and ever-evolving industry. It's a world where creative style and expression comes together. Models can bring to life fashion. They can showcase latest trends, runway magazines. It's a platform that celebrities diversify, and beauty is in all forms. But it's not all glitz and it's not all glamour. Behind the scenes, there's hard work, dedication, resilience, and models face challenging situations. But they also have the opportunity to make a significant impact on and inspire others. It's an industry that continues to push the boundaries and redefine the standards of beauty and what beauty is. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, get ready for an extraordinary episode of Wingz Alwayz Making 100 CEO podcast. Today, we have an incredible guest. Rayvan is gracing our virtual stage. She's not just a stunning model, but she's also a versatile actress, a gifted songwriter, a captivating poet, and a loving dog mom. Join us as we dive into her fascinating journey and explore the many facets of her artistic talents. It's going to be an episode filled with creativity, inspiration, and heartfelt stories. Wingz Alwayz fam, Wingz Alwayz execs. We're trying to figure out what we're going to call you, so don't worry, but I'm going to get the name. Welcome, Rayvan. Welcome, Rayvan. We are so glad to have you. I've been excited about this episode. We've done several episodes up until this point, and we've all done, just the standard artists or rappers, and we've had some. Have we even done spoken poetry yet? Not yet.
Had, the poet. She was kind of like a artist as well.
Ja the poet. Yeah, we did have Ja the poet. So. And Amber is kind of both. Yeah. So, but I was so excited to have just a real live supermodel, and someone who just embraces it. I'm going to tell you guys when I first met her. I was doing we have a place in town that's called, what is it called? It's called, Where they?
Ice
They're gonna
Event
be so
Center.
mad at me. Ice Event Center. I'm sorry, we're gonna plug you for that one. So Ice Event Center, and Raven was there watching live poetry. And you know how some people just have a look. You know, it's nothing that they do extra. It's nothing that they try to portray. I mean, I don't even think she was dressed up that night. She may have had like a scarf or something, but just a look. And Raven had that look, and it was just confidence. And all she was doing was watching the show and enjoying herself. She was even sitting by herself. And that takes a lot of confidence for a woman, too. When a woman can go somewhere and just be by themselves and do things by themselves, that's a confidence level that, is really, really great. And so I saw Raven and I met her that night, and I was like, and from that moment, I was like, she's going to be on the show one day. No matter what, I'm going to get Raven on here. So, Raven, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Raven.
So where do I start? So I've been modeling somewhere along. I'll give it a time frame of 8 years. I'm not exactly sure of the time frame, but I'll give it 8 years. I've been writing music since I was a child, but I haven't started actively pursuing it until recently.
Okay.
And then what else do I do? I'm trying to think. Dog mom. I've been a dog mom all my life. And then what else? Poet. I've written poetry for like the past 5 years now, but I performed my first poem maybe like 4 months ago
Oh, wow. Where did you perform?
at ICE.
Oh, cool.
And how did that make you feel? Were you nervous?
I was very nervous. Like my legs were shaking. Like when I get nervous, my legs shake, not my arms or my voice or anything. So yeah, I was nervous because all eyes were on me.
Oh, yeah.
And it's different than modeling because with modeling, you're walking and you're kind of like not paying attention to everyone. But with the poetry, everyone was looking and listening, and that's the thing.
That's how they do it. It's really nice. I've gone several times.
Yeah,
And
it is. We like Ice. We in fact, we're going to get the cast and crew of Ice on the show. And, they kind of come together, and it's several parts of them, so we'd like to get them all here on the show. So, but so tell us about your journey, just the journey as a model and the whole industry, from kind of when you started, when you decided, this is what I want to do. Tell us about that journey.
So backtrack. Whenever I first started modeling, it was my senior year of high school. I remember there was a photographer. He had reached out to me and he had told me his name. And then he said, just look me up on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. And then I forgot all about it up until maybe 3 months later. I remember, oh yeah, this is his name. And I looked him up on Facebook and he added me back and he said, let's do a photo shoot. Well, we didn't end up doing the photo shoot, but my mom had signed me up for this pageant and I ended up doing the pageant and I met some reps there for this. It's a modeling agency / school, and it was acting school as well. And I ended up doing that, and that started my modeling career. And I met the photographer again during there, and it's been history ever since.
Which pageant did you do?
It was the Miss Teen Oklahoma City, I believe.
Oh,
It's my first pageant.
I know them very well.
Do you?
Yes.
Yes, both of our co-hosts have done a stint in modeling, so they do. They were excited to be here and excited to have you here, because they're ready to push me out of here. Like, you don't know what to ask. Get out of here.
The Miss Black Oklahoma, that was very interesting as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess you have a story about that.
Yeah, got a lot of stories.
Well, tell me this. How does your passion for music and poetry influence your modeling?
That's a good question. I feel like with all aspects of art that I could be whoever I want. Like with music, I can write a story and I could be the lover girl, or I could be the girl that hates men, or things like that. And then with poetry, it could be the same way. But when it comes to modeling, it's kind of like you're acting in a way that's
nonverbal.
Yes, exactly. No words. You're just, whatever you're wearing, whether it be very little or a whole bunch, you gotta act like this is your runway, like every day, like this is just your runway. And so just gotta make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, I guess, when it comes to that.
Sort of kind of like dance. Telling a story. So what inspired you to pursue your career in singing and songwriting, besides the, the love of it from growing up?
Just trusting myself, I guess. When it comes to pursuing music, I remember having this conversation with my producer. He had asked me like something about music. I don't remember exactly what it was, but my sound, like my voice, is a lot different than what I wanted it to sound like, expecting it to sound like. I want to sound more Black. Like,
do you sound country or something?
No, I feel like
she has a neo soul sound. We were just listening to you right before you came, and I was saying that. I was like, man, it's a neo soul feel to me. And I love the sound because it's a little bit deeper. It's not so, Solange neo soul, but it's not, just smooth R&B either. It's like kind of right in the middle, and I really like it. It's a good sound. You guys are here. We'll put a link, and we'll definitely let you listen to it. But it's nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But when it came to that, like I thought I would sound like Jennifer Hudson, or sound like, I don't know, I can't think of another singer right now, but I thought I would sound different. So I was really discouraged for a long time because I did not think that I would sound like this. And then I remember writing a few songs and having a few people listen to them, and they're just like, oh, this is good, you should put that out there. And it took 2 years, but I finally did.
That's awesome. I'm glad you did it.
Thank you.
It's a gift that the world is going to appreciate.
Thank you.
You also gotta be able to be confident in what you put out too, like, because I know it's hard putting out songs and you get that feedback, but you expect it. And you get that one, and people tell you that, hey, that was great, like, and maybe you should think about it. Just remember that person listened to thousands of songs already, so if they think yours is good, might as well go ahead and try it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Can you tell us a moment that is one of the most memorable in your singing, modeling, or just in life in general that pushes you towards your career and what you want to do and how you're trying to pursue it in the future?
I guess when it comes to like my song Now Hold Me, I recently dropped it, and I think maybe a week ago there's some lady, she messaged me on Facebook, and she just gave me compliments, and then she had said, can you please put the lyrics on Spotify so I could read them? And that was kind of like a big turning point. It was like, oh my gosh, people are actually listening to my song. This is like a random lady from California. And so it was just like surprising to me, and it kind of just changed my aspect and my view, and like people will actually listen to me. So, yeah.
And for what we do, our podcast is 4 months old now, 5 months. November is kind of our inception date. And, it's really cool when we get those, because we already know we're the best podcast, in Oklahoma. So it's okay. But, we have to know that, because if we don't say it, then who else is going to say it? But it's really cool when someone does send that message through and say, I really appreciate that episode, or I really liked when this person said this. And can you give me more information about this person? It makes us feel like, it's bigger than us. And our art form and what we do does become bigger than us. It's bigger than what we're doing because it takes on its own life. And your music, will come out and it takes on its own life. And it's neat to see. It's almost like putting that baby out there and watching it grow in the world. You're a little timid about it and you're a little nervous about it, but you're proud of it. And so it's really cool. How do you balance the difference between artistic pursuits and, are they complementing each other? Meaning, because now you have really your art form of diving into singing. You write your own lyrics or your songwriting, and then just that modeling career. It's are you blending them into one to put out a message?
I haven't really thought about it, but I think I'm keeping them separate just so they can have their own
identity.
Exactly.
Okay, so what role does creativity play in your life and how do you nurture it?
I think all aspects of my life have some form of creativity in it, whether it be like the way I do my hair. Like my hair is a little different than I normally wear it, and maybe it's my outfit. Maybe I'll wear something different. Maybe I'll do something different. It's just all aspects of my life, different creativity.
So, how do you use your different platforms to send positive messages?
Good question. I guess just speaking life into everything I do, like whether it be people or whatever I'm doing, modeling, poetry, or singing.
What advice would you give aspiring models, singers, poets who are trying to start out?
Believe in yourself, even when you don't believe in yourself. Like that was one of my biggest downfalls and why it took me so long to do what I'm doing now is because I did not believe in myself, and I relied on so many people to kind of build me up that I forgot that I could do that myself. So
you didn't have that. It just went out my head that quick. You didn't have that self-confidence,
like I feel like I give it off, but
Yeah.
like sometimes internally, I'll get insecure about something, and it prohibits me from like showing it outward.
So would that be your only like downfall or blockage in your life to help you to continue to push forward, like your roadblock?
Yeah.
That's your major one. You have any other ones?
That's the only one I can think of.
So I want to dive back into modeling because there's a lot of little girls out there that, want to be models. What are some of the things that you would say steer away from? Or what are some of the things that you've run into that were, I would say, not acceptable?
One thing I will say is if it makes you uncomfortable, don't do it. Trying to say this correctly.
No, we can say it incorrectly. Don't worry.
They'll fix
We
it
raw.
later.
We raw. We raw.
Like just follow your intuition, follow your heart, follow your intuition, and don't let anyone pressure you into doing things you don't want to do or things that you said you wouldn't do.
Gotcha.
Because there's a lot of people trying to
manipulate.
Photographers saying, "Oh, you did this. Well, you can maybe do it this way." No, if you're not comfortable doing it that way, don't do it that way.
Show a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, as far as like boundaries and like trying to stick to those boundaries when you are a little bit like not confident in yourself enough, and like maybe you're thinking that you're as pretty as you should be to walk the runway, or maybe that outfit isn't fitting you like you thought it would. Like, when you have those moments in modeling, is it easy to stray away from your boundaries, or are you thinking more of just about the thing that's not working out?
For me, I don't usually stray from my boundaries. I know what I can offer, and so if if you wanted me for what I've shown you on my platform. So if that's not what I've shown you, then that's probably not what I'm going to do. So I don't stray too far from my boundaries. And if I have strayed from my boundaries, then it was a surprise to me because I like to do my thing and my thing only. So
Have you ever walked away from a job?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Tell us about a job you walked away from.
So I won't give any names, but I was a brand ambassador for a natural hair care company, and they wanted me to work with a photographer that I did not want to work with for reasons. And I remember the company, they had messaged me and they had said, we'll put it behind you. Let me first off by saying that like the company had me reach out to other models for the brand as well. And one of the models couldn't work with the photographer. And that's the reason why I kind of withdrew myself. I said, no, I can't work with this photographer. And that's whenever she had said, well, just put it behind you. I was like, no, I can't do that. And the photo shoot and everything went on. The video, I think it was like a commercial thing too. So yeah, but I did not work with them. And I have not worked with them since.
That's good. Standing.
How did you feel after that? Like, does that take a toll on you? Does it make you think about your career and choices that you might make in the future?
No, because I feel like I stood my ground. I said exactly what I'm saying now. Like, I'm not going to work with this photographer. And I said, like, I'll help you find another photographer. And she's like, no. So.
Well, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything.
That's true.
So
that is
no
true.
Is a no.
Right.
That's awesome.
Hear that, fellas? It's no means no.
And young
not
ladies,
maybe.
and young ladies coming up in this industry, because a lot of times you feel like you get in front of a situation where you have to, stretch your values, and you don't ever have to stretch your values. If this is the job that you're going to pursue, you have to stand on something. And, and I'm glad that you were able to say that, and that, you're able to give those situations, because too much happens in that industry. And there's just too many, how do they say it? The pearly road or whatever is not always the right one. There's too many things. There's glitz and glam, and say, hey, if you do this, we're gonna, get you this contract, or we're gonna get you this contract. But everybody does this, or everybody gets nude, or everybody, does this. And if you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna go anywhere in this industry. And so it's good that you stand on your principles, because if you can stand on your principles and still succeed in what you're doing, that new person coming into can stand on their principles also. So that's good.
So do you think modeling should like have an age group, like certain limits for like the different ages? 'Cause I know for the young ones, they put a lot of makeup on. And for the older ones, they put very little on. And we don't look great.
I'm not sure. Like, I feel like everyone should look age specific when it comes to modeling. It's not always like that. Sometimes
that's hard, especially for us.
Yes, I agree.
Because we can look 15 for at least a good 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we can look young, but we can play older parts or your parts.
We can look 15 for
18 at least.
Nah, I'm just saying we can look young.
No, they put us at the young ages.
She want to be a little girl again.
They put us at young ages. We look young. They put us at young parts, but we can also play older parts too. Mm-hmm. So it kind of fits.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I just feel like the younger girls shouldn't be doing the older stuff, because there's a lot of gray area when it comes to that, especially like with modeling and fashion shows and things like that, especially with apparel and things that you're wearing. So.
Yeah.
Because even me as a dancer, I see like a problem with it. I used to go to competitions. The little girls are basically like sports bras and booty shorts. Mm-hmm. But
or nothing.
My dance team, we got actual clothes on, so like
we can
hear
girls.
People like, "Woo, take it off or do this." Well, wait, those are little kids. Them kids like 4 or 5 years old. What is y'all problem?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But I mean, that's the dance industry, in general, in the modeling. It's like it's sometimes the less it is, it's supposed to like
Allure.
show you off a little bit more. But
But I'm mostly here for the little ones, like,
Yeah.
because I see them getting preyed on. Like, even my little cousin being pageants and stuff. Like, when I see her pictures, I'm like, no.
When you say
absolutely
little
not.
cousin, how old?
Little cousin, 8.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, no, thank
Right.
you.
yeah, the pageants, the modeling, the dancing, it's like all of that kind of incorporates in the same field, and you always trying to tell a story. So for you, when you get out there and they want you to put on a certain type of face or tell a certain type of story when you're modeling, what do you go, like, in your head, what place do you go to get into character? So if they want you to be real sad and you're not, feeling sad, how do you get into that mood? Or they want you to be super excited, or they want you to show like a sex appeal. How do you get into those zones?
For me, I guess when it comes to that, it comes down to music too. Like I'll think of a song that made me sad, or a song that makes me confident, or makes me feel sexy, or makes me feel any kind of one of those emotions. I'll just think of a song.
Well,
like
what
that.
is your go-to song?
Like my sexy song is 6 Inch Heels by Beyonce. It's definitely that song. Sad song. Any sad song, honestly, like any sad breakup song, I'll think of that one. A song that just makes me feel confident or have like a bubbly attitude. Can't think of one right now, but it's just different songs.
Okay.
Are you with an agency?
No, I'm not.
You're independent.
Freelance.
That is awesome. So have you ever been with an agency?
For a short amount of time, like maybe 2 months, but they changed our agent, and so there was a conflict with that. So
Okay.
So how do you support other women, or do you have a problem with helping other women get to the next level in modeling? Or
honestly, any advice that you want from me, like when it comes to modeling or music or anything, if someone just asks me, I'll tell them. I'll, like, if they're like, "Hey, how'd you get this shoot?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I messaged this person and then this person, and they got me into contact with this person." I don't mind giving out my what's the word I'm trying to use?
Little gems.
Yeah, I don't mind, because that's just the type of person I am. I'm just very like open, and anything you need, I got it.
So what do you have, like, what gems do you have for someone that wants to get back out there, that quit modeling for a little bit?
Reach out to photographers. There's a lot of photographers that are open to doing test shots. There's a lot of Facebook groups and Instagram tags, time for print, just to be able to build your portfolio. If you could do that and kind of build everything, you can also like build a platform as well. A lot of people, what are they, like agencies or brands or things like that, they want to see that you have a platform, and people will reach out and interact with interact with your content. So just do that. Start there.
Have you ever did a photo shoot with a photographer, and then you looked at your photos later and they were horrible?
Oh yeah.
I think all models go through that
all the time, and they're posting them on their page, and I'm just like, I ain't gonna post this on my page.
That is not
I love
it.
that. I love it.
Do you ever reach out and tell them like you didn't like them or anything like that?
No, because everyone's how everyone sees their art is different, and I don't like to tell people that their art isn't up to my standards. I let them decide what they like.
Okay, like, because you can send like comparison photos and like, maybe I'm trying to get this look, trying to help them out a little bit in secret.
Yeah, I haven't tried, but that's a good. I might try that.
Yeah.
So with travel, I noticed I saw you traveling recently. Do you travel a lot for modeling? Are you traveling a lot now?
I haven't in the past 2 years. Ever since the pandemic, it's kind of been a a little bit harder for that.
Okay.
I did travel a little bit during the pandemic. I went to New York and Miami and LA for photo shoots, but I haven't done much traveling recently. My most recent travels have been to see family and friends and things like
Okay.
that.
Okay. Do you have any new projects that you're working on, and like where are you trying to go? Like where's your goal and where's your end goal?
Okay. My end goal. So I am working on a project that is I'm not sure when it'll be done yet, and I don't want to give it a name yet. But it's a music.
In the work.
It's a EP. It's a four song EP, and I'm working on that.
Well, good. When it comes out, we want you to come back and
You working by
promote it.
yourself?
I haven't. I know the songs that I want, and I already have the producers for those songs. I just don't have a sound engineer yet, so I'm working on doing that.
Awesome. So these are songs that
I
you've
love
written.
sound. I kill it all the time.
He does. Yeah, it's our producer.
Well, see-
He's real.
Well,
He's real.
maybe
R&B.
I do.
And one of the things we say about the reason I met Thomas, and he's shared his music with me, and it's just it's that kind of music that just takes on your soul. It goes deeper than just words, and so he has a great sound and he has great lyrics, and he loves women and he loves heartbreak. He knows if you break his heart, he's going to tell you how you broke his heart, but when artists, when artists have that ability to tell a story, I always talk about Tupac. Tupac was not a gangster, but he
made you feel like he was a
tell
gangster.
the gangster story so vividly that you thought it was his life. And when an R&B singer, or when they have that ability to kind of touch you, it's magic. And so hopefully you're making some magic over there.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
feel like I can feel it. I feel a little magic. It's
Might be
brewing.
glad.
Right.
It's brewing a little bit.
So, what collab projects have you done or want to do, and what models that's higher in the modeling agency would you work with?
I would love to work with any model that's higher up than me, who can give me insight. I'm always open to a collab. I'm always open to meeting new people, and sharing our gifts together. Music-wise, I haven't collabed with many artists yet, but I am looking forward to it, and I know it will happen. So yeah, I think that's
Thomas,
just all.
hint.
Yeah,
You need a female feature hit.
I'm already.
Right.
I'm change that. But you seem like a really, really sweet person. Like your demeanor, you come off as a really nice individual.
Laid back.
Let's talk about a little bit of friction. I know because sometimes women can be very, very mean to one another when it comes to looks and who's the prettiest, especially in modeling. I know you've probably seen it, but have you dealt with it before?
Yes, I have. It's just one of those things you take every day. You just try to push it in the back of your head. There's a lot of times where you will compare yourself to other models too. Like, am I pretty? Am I pretty enough? Like, she's beautiful. Like, ain't no way. Like, it's one of those things. But yeah, like when it comes to I guess it's just like being a girl's girl. Like, just being supportive. Like, I don't know. That's one of those things. It's kind of hard to answer for me. Like, I don't know how to answer that.
So you mainly, what I'm gathering from what you're saying is that you feel like women should just support each other and not look at each other as competition, but empowering each other to grow, because it's more than enough for all of us to, progress.
Yes.
That's kind of impossible to avoid, though, because the agencies, they choose who's their best. And so it may not be the group of the girls who are competing, but the agency will make them compete. It's like, we want her because...
Oh, we want this look.
Yeah, like, this is the look we're going for. If you want to be up here, you need to look like that. Like, and so y'all women might start secretly competing and then...
Well, when it comes to the industry, that's kind of what you're doing already. Is you're kind of competing in a way that's not direct. So you want those jobs. You want to get paid for those shoots.
Right.
So like you put your best foot forward, and hopefully if I don't get that job, the girl that looks very similar to me gets that job. So I don't know. It's just such a hard thing to conquer when it comes to that conversation.
How do you feel about being in Oklahoma City? Does Oklahoma City give you the outlet and the opportunity, or that you feel you can grow your career from?
When it comes to modeling,
Mm-hmm.
I think that Oklahoma is a good starting point, but it's not a place for you to build. I think now with there being more shows that broadcast our talent here in the city, I think it is growing, but it's not enough.
So what do you think Oklahoma is missing to be on that level?
What are we missing? I'm not sure. I think we're missing just something more, like something that shows that like Oklahoma has it too. Like maybe it's a designer. Maybe we need a designer that's from Oklahoma that showcases Oklahoma beauty and our artists.
We have a lot of
things like that.
designers here. You know,
I think they should be put at the forefront a little bit so more people could see like, oh, Oklahoma got it.
And that's true. I know I've lived in a lot of different cities. My past jobs had me in various cities, and one of the things I love about Oklahoma City is that it just has a mix of beautiful people, and different shades, different colors. It's especially the African American group. It's so diverse, within itself. And it's for me, I feel like it should be more models. It should be more actresses. It should be more talent coming out of Oklahoma City. And we're just budding. We're just not there yet. It takes that one little thing, that one breakout, rose that comes out of that concrete where everybody else can, funnel through it. And I think it's coming. I believe I've said it over and over again that the city is about to explode. Oklahoma City. We were the first terrorist city, and we're going to be the first explosive city, with our talent, because there's a lot of talent here, and it's ready to explode. I really feel that way.
Yeah.
What message do you have for like positive messages, like if someone's trying to like find their self-confidence to like put their self out there, not only in modeling but in poetry or in music, like they trying to like find who they are as a person but they having trouble?
Try everything. You can only find yourself by finding what you like and what you love and what you like being around. So try everything. Try anything that you think that you want to do. Try that. And then when you find something you really love, hone on it and keep doing that, because you'll find the confidence in that and you'll be like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. I could do that. And it'll just build you into being a better person and more confident in what you're doing.
Ooh, your energy is strong, baby.
Rayvan, how tall are you?
I am 5'11".
5'11".
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'9".
Get on her level.
So, like, average model height, what is that?
I believe it is 5'10". Usually models range from runway models, they range from 5'9" to about 6 foot, and then like catalog is different, 6'2" to maybe 5'8", and then it's different depending on what you're doing.
I've seen some women look like they were like 6'8". I don't know if it was the heels, but
usually it's the heels. Yeah.
Probably is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Some models are 6'3", so
that's right.
So
tell us about. Did you grow up in Oklahoma City?
I grew up, I'll say mostly in Oklahoma City, but early childhoods in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Guthrie. Tell us about Guthrie. Tell us about growing up.
Growing up, I grew up with a single mom. There was 4 of us kids. She did everything. Then we moved to Oklahoma City. And well, we moved to Oklahoma City, and we stayed here for maybe, I guess, up until high school. And I kind of stayed here in Oklahoma City. My family's been here and there, and yeah.
How many brothers and sisters?
I have.
So there's 4 of you.
So I have two brothers, 2 brothers, 1 sister, and then I have 2 stepbrothers too.
Okay. So is your sister also involved in modeling?
She's on the opposite end of me. She's the short one,
Okay.
and I'm the tall one.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So what about? Is there anyone else in your family? What inspired you, or did your inspiration come from your family or outside influence?
To start modeling. Honestly, it was outside influence. Like, it was just people just kept reaching out. They see me at one show, and then people were like, "Hey, you want to do this next one?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And then it just kind of built from there. My family's been supportive though, but it started with other people.
So did you do the what was it? Back to the roots, or
Back to My Roots? I haven't done that one though.
have you thought about doing?
I thought about doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Back to My Roots?
It's a clothing brand, and they do like modeling, but they have like the little ones in there. They have just about like all full figure. Just
Is it a group or is it a?
It's basically like any African females in OKC that wants to like put themselves out there in a way as Black females.
It's some males in there too. So it's
Yeah, I think their show was like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
We males. We were
So it's like
females
once
right
a
now.
year. So it's like a once a year thing. Is that?
I think they
it's
have
like-
multiple.
I think it's like twice,
Okay.
2 or 3 times. I've come across it. I know some people that modeled in it.
Okay.
So
So Rayvan, talk a little bit about the music. Do you feel like you are putting more of your energy into that or modeling?
Recently, it's definitely been the music.
Yeah.
Definitely been the music. Even so, last year I did Oklahoma Black Fashion Week, and I remember I almost didn't make it to one rehearsal because I had studio time that day. But I was able to get that worked out. But if I wouldn't, I definitely would have chose the music over the modeling. So yeah.
From the beginning? Like if you had to go back and choose?
Yes. If they said, "Hey, you can't be in this show if you don't come," I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not gonna be there."
Yeah.
So
So it
you're-
seems like music is
she's
actually
growing
where
a
your
love.
heart is
Yeah,
at.
you're growing a love
Yeah.
for it. That's awesome.
yeah.
All right, so what are you, R&B or is it passion, woman's like type of music? What is it?
Well, she already told you. You know, 1 minute she can be the man hater.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
This
talking
next
about
one.
what she already got. She said she has that 4 EP coming out. So what are those? What are they singing? What are they around?
They are. It's a heartbreak, kind of man hating, but it's for very good reason.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you have to be able to tell your story. You know, so whether that's putting the facts out in the open that a man did whatever he did to you, it is what it is. You got to. It's just unfortunate for him that you know how to sing about it.
Yeah.
That can be powerful. So you know.
We kind of like it. Though.
Okay,
We think about
so
it.
you have that one, and then what's the other ones that you have?
I am a lover girl. I love. So after the EP, my album, I'm not sure whenever that'll come out, but once I finish these songs, the album will come out, and it'll be more of a lover girl, more me. So
So you said I just got to get this heartbreak out of me real quick.
I wrote too much about it. I
Let
gotta
me,
put that out.
let me put something out.
You know, part 1 and 2.
I'm
It's
gonna
hard to
tell
get away
you
from
where
that.
you had
So-
me messed up.
It's
He
hard.
know who he
So
is.
what's your behind the scenes process? Like, how do you prepare to write a song?
So what I normally do is I'll find a song, like an instrumental that I like, or a producer has sent me or something like that. I'll listen to that and I'll I'll just hum over it, trying to find a cadence to it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. And I'll get my iPad and I'll record it, record myself listening to the song, and then that's how I'll start my lyrics. My lyrics always start off as freestyles. Okay. And then if I like, and I'll grab my phone and I'll type whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I like how I said that. And then that's how a song will start.
So the music inspires the lyrics. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So is there any artists that you've actually worked with or contacted to work with on for your EP?
Not yet. I know a couple artists I would really love to work with for my album. Original Flow, he's one of my favorite rappers here in the city. I would really love to work with him.
Original Flow. Okay.
Him, I feel like I have a song perfect for us to do. Mm-hmm. And I think I gotta go and look at some more artists, but for sure those him for sure.
Awesome. We have some pretty good ones.
We have some amazing
that we've
artists.
Already spoke to. You know,
I think
that
she
you
would
can go
be
and
a
look
good
at.
collab with Amber.
I think Amber. I think Tresky.
Most
is
definitely.
Really, he's so diverse. He's so, he's lover boy, but he's kind of tough too. So he has. And he has a
Super
flow.
J, he's changing his style.
Super J is really good. Have you heard of Super J? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, Super J. We like his flow. Yeah, Super J is such a professional.
He's
Rub
the man
on Super J from the beginning.
Well,
but,
I don't
talk about that
one. But that's awesome, and I'm glad that you want to reach out to artists in the city because you know that our city has that talent. Mm-hmm. One of the things one of the artists said on our podcast, it was Gouda, and Gouda always get mentioned. Gouda, you gotta pay me for all the mentions. But no,
you just love you some Gouda.
I do. I like Gouda. But one of the things that Gouda said was we should be able to go platinum in our city. And that is so true. You can go to Dallas and those Dallas artists can go platinum in their city. Houston artists can go platinum in their city. We have to start supporting ourselves and we have to start supporting going platinum and working together and becoming, those, that artist of our city. Because once we become artists of our city, we can branch out, and take over the world.
Yeah, because I think the only platinum person OKC named Cutter Classics is CL McCoy. Because he's Billboard too.
Mm-hmm. You don't forget about Carrie Underwood.
No. Carrie? Where's she from?
No,
Carrie's not from
No, who is
Reba is from here.
Reba, that's who it was. I knew one of them country ones.
I did an open mic night, I'll say that. But I haven't done like a performance.
So, can we put you on the spot?
Look, I was thinking about home.
Can we put you on the spot? Let's hear a little bit about the song you have out now. Can we hear a little bit?
Want me to sing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm nervous. I don't know. My voice.
Don't be nervous.
Let's
We're all family here. That's right.
Hey, if this go horribly wrong, we're gonna just edit it out.
You know what?
This switch over to poetry.
I was thinking
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, Carrie. Yeah, me. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let's see what we give you the mic.
So Withhold Me. I'll do that one.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
All right, just close your eyes and just go for it.
Finally, we got some time together. It's been raining for a couple days. Did you check the weather? I've been waiting for the sun. If it don't come, can you give me one? I don't stop right there.
You got a little issues. I think my eyes got a little better.
It's a way better in person.
Right.
I think so too. I think it sounds better live than.
Hold on, you're gonna have to edit this.
I feel like a little tear want to come on, but like no.
Music that hits the soul.
Right.
And when you have music that hits the soul, let me tell you, world, Oklahoma City. You guys might have been sleeping on Oklahoma City, and you might not have known, and it's not your fault. But we're about to show you what Oklahoma
You said that's on
City
Spotify?
has. We're about to show you.
I'm gonna add that song on my self-love.
I'm gonna need you not to do that because like I felt that and then I just started getting teary-eyed. So I'm gonna need you to stop that right now. I'm just joking. Yeah, because had me tearing up over here.
I'm trying not to tear up.
It was just the voice. It's just like she didn't even really say anything yet. It was just she started and it was like, okay.
Thank you.
No,
That's right.
No, you feel like doing a little bit of poetry, just a little bit.
You write poetry too. That's right. What you got on poetry?
Ooh.
Shoot, that was poetry.
That was poetry emotions.
Man,
Poetry
you see how it just kind of caught me off guard. I couldn't even hold that one back. Really, I tried.
Yeah, Erica, you need a good old soulful song to run through you.
Well, don't get Erica started on relationships. She'll go in.
Look, okay, so we're not gonna put me on the front for it like that. We just gonna keep my stuff, you know.
So reserved for you.
Oh no.
So what's next?
Love is in the air for her. I can feel it. She
Hopefully.
Yeah, she talking about love. So I feel like
She's ready. You're ready for that next.
Rayvan, are you dance at all or what?
Do I dance? Yes. Can I dance? No. That's
see that's the question.
yeah.
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 Can you at least line dance?
I can line dance.
Well,
I actually
there you
used to
go.
swing dance.
Well, if you
for a
can
little
do
bit.
choreography,
you in there?
I feel like I could do that. I could do like.
Are you stiff? Or do you got a little bit of rhythm?
I have a little bit of rhythm.
You know.
I was gonna ask you got that old model posture, which is straight back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when it's time to do that music, you gotta loosen that spine.
Yeah.
A little bit. Are you able to do that? Or
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just gotta find my flow, and I can do it. Yeah.
I think she might be breakdancing out here. So.
Hey, I said that I was gonna start breakdancing this year. So
See,
is it gonna be good though? We'll see.
We'll know you're not in heels for a cool minute.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, you got the world looking at you right there, and everyone has a story, and everyone has something that they want the world to know about them. So I want you to take a second and look at that camera and tell the world what you want them to know about Rayvan.
My name is Rayvan, and I do it all. That's it.
All right.
Look.
All right.
What platforms can they find you on?
You can find me on Instagram. My handle is unsupermodel. You can actually find me on every platform at unsupermodel. And then on my music, you can look me up rayvan.hearnow.com, and you can stream all my music from there.
Okay, what made you choose unsupermodel?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I know it was the end.
We can go.
I think my name came from just like a supermodel. I'm just like, well, I'm like I remember somebody said like, oh, it's a supermodel right there. I was just like, well, kinda. So it's like it's like the kinda, but I mean, I'm not up there with like Naomi Campbell and things like that. But
are you gonna change it later on or?
I think I like my handle. I think it
it's
fits.
unique.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
When I looked it up, I was like, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like
So Rayvan, are you in a relationship?
Ooh.
I am dating. So yes.
Too bad, fellas.
No, that's
no,
not too bad.
fellas, it's not too bad. Let me tell you something. Dating is dating.
That means
not
dating.
MARRIED.
Are you exclusively dating?
Are you currently seeing someone?
No, it's exclusively dating.
Exclusively dating?
Yes.
I'm not sure, but so I guess not.
Oh.
It's the difference.
You
Yeah.
Between seeing someone.
Look at me.
Sliding them DMs.
All right, because
But be talking about something. Don't come sideways for it. She gonna stand
she's
on
not
her.
waiting. And right now the world is watching Rayvan, so get your together. We helping you out here. We're helping you out.
I
Right?
appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem. No problem.
Look, we just want the right one to come. We don't want
That's
nobody that's gonna be about the foolishness.
Well, I don't believe you are the type that will put up with the foolishness. So
She stand on business.
that's right. That's right. Well, Rayvan, we are so excited to have you. We're so glad that you came. Is there anything else that we may have missed that you? Oh, let's talk about your puppies.
Oh, yes, I love them.
Let's talk about your dogs.
What kind of dogs are they?
Oh,
I have
beautiful.
4.
Well, first, let's talk about the one that passed away. Let's give it respect.
Okay, so that's Maxie.
Okay.
I had her for 8 years.
R.I.P. Max.
That's my baby. That's my little baby.
I could
She was
tell.
the start of your journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's
She
so
was,
cool because
she
she
was,
picks
yeah.
these dogs up like they're baby. You
They are
guys, you'll
babies.
see it. She picks them up. It's so cute. But go ahead. And now your
Now
new babies.
I have 4. I have Sophie. She's my Great Dane. She'll turn 10 this year, actually.
Wow.
And then I have 2 American Bullies. I have Smino and Jupiter, and then a poodle, Carme.
I love them names.
Thank you.
Awesome. That is awesome. And they are. She dresses them up.
Oh,
You know,
Lord.
we'll show you. We'll show
You
you.
do
They're,
that?
they're adorable.
Oh my God, yeah.
They're
They love
adorable.
clothes too.
So is there room for a cat?
I don't think my dog's personalities would fit with a cat, but I love cats.
Okay.
So
Okay.
oh yeah.
They really won't. You just have to tell them no. That is not
Not
what
dinner.
you're supposed to do.
Not
No.
for dinner.
But awesome. Well, I didn't want to leave out the dogs. I almost forgot about the dogs because
We
they are
appreciate you.
awesome. We
Thank
do.
you.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate
you.
If you have some
coming
funny dog
in.
videos, you can send them over too.
She does. She has them. I watched them. Some great dog videos. You guys will see them. And I really think that's it.
Well, I was gonna ask you about have you experienced any type of racism in modeling?
Oh, that's a good one.
But I mean, because you are a black girl, I mean, just let me know.
Did he say black?
No,
This is
I'm-
a
I'm
woman.
saying-
This is a woman.
Well, that's really a great.
She knew what I meant.
That's a great question because I was talking to a dancer one time, and one of the problems in this area is that she said that they can go into one club and only make this type of money, but the same person of a different look can just in that very
up.
same club in that very same place just rack it up. So it is really a valid question because we are in Oklahoma, you know. So how does that affect you, or are you affected by racism?
I will say, for me, when it comes to that type of thing, it's shown. You can see it. But because of the way my voice sounds, I get kind of a little bit of leeway. I don't sound like if you pick up the phone and you hear me talking, you're not gonna think automatically.
They think that you're Sarah.
Yes. So
They don't think that you are you.
yes, exactly. And so when people do see me and they see me with my voice attached, I don't get that same stigma that a lot of other black girls that sound a little bit more urban will get. I will say that when it comes to fashion shows, depending on who's hosting the show or who has put the show together, as a black woman, you will sometimes, at least earlier on, you won't get chosen to get your makeup or hair done in a timely manner as you should. A lot of people, like my hair is normally natural, and a lot of white hairstylists, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to manage that. I remember a couple of shows where me and other models, we had to do our own hair, or the makeup artist didn't have our shade, so we had to do our own makeup, or we had to help each other do things like that. So, and sometimes it's the black hairstylists and makeup artists too. They're used to working with fair skin, white, lighter skin models. So yeah, they can't do our hair and makeup either. So it's hard, but I won't say I've gotten used to it, but I mean, I've gotten used to it.
You learn what you have to do.
But I feel like that's kind of in general, because that's like, I can go to a hair salon and they like, oh, that's actually like, I was at the nail shop and I was looking for somebody to straighten my hair, and they was like, oh, she does, ethnic hair, and I'm like, okay, and I talked to her, yeah, I have several different ethnic people hair that I do, and then she's doing my hair, and I'm like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Like, this is not getting straight. So I'm sure you've encountered that. Like, they say, oh, we know how to do it. And then they start doing your hair, and it's like, what are you doing?
That's
This is not
That's
it.
why I'm glad I went
This
to
is
Locks. Because
And-
that's
and-
exact reason.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
because
It's
I've
like-
run into that a lot. I've run into 3-4 different places that say, oh, we know how to do your 4C hair. And then next thing you know, you leave out and your hair is just still poofy, and they still want you to pay the price, and you like, you didn't even do anything. You
positive
it
50.
feels
I could've
like,
done this.
yes, it feels like you blow dried it, and it's like, where is the actual style? But they still want to charge you for it.
Yep.
So I,
Do you tell them, like, have you told an agency, like, hey, maybe you guys should try to, like, get somebody here that can accommodate us?
Usually that's not. No, I'll say no. But that's not something that when you're getting paid to do something, you kind of have to either do it and take the money, or just leave. So, especially if you've been somewhere all day, 8 hours, and then you not get paid for it because you decided to voice something.
so you don't want to appear to be the
problem.
angry black
girl.
woman,
Yes.
or the difficult. You don't want to be labeled as difficult to work with, but I mean, that is still a legitimate reason to, like, hey, my hair is not going to be to par, so when we run away or take our photos, I'm not going to look like I'm supposed to look, because you're not providing adequate services.
But I guess on the same token, because you've run against this wall, you know how to approach that wall. So you know that you have to bring what you need to bring in the event that, no one's there to help you. You're going to help yourself, because you're still going to look good on that runway. You're still going to get paid.
Yes.
So, it's been our culture for years. We always had to adjust. We've always had to make sure we can get it done, and we've always got it done. And, that's the beauty of our culture. Yeah. And, once we start coming together, it makes it even more beautiful. So, and that's something that we're working on. That's something that we have to work on. It's not a knock against, I was on the bus with an older white man, and he was probably 90 years old. And 2 other younger white guys got on the bus, and they had their they were getting ready to go skiing. And so the older white man, 90 something, he said, "Hey boys, what are y'all about to do?" And in that moment, I was like, when an old white man calls me a boy, he's not being racist. He may not be racist. That's just who he is. He called those 2 white boys boy. And you know what the white boy said? "We're getting ready to go skiing." You know what 2 black guys would have been like?
I ain't no boy.
"I ain't no boy." "What, boy? What you doing?" "I ain't no boy." So we have to kind of break that.
Well, I mean, if you think about it,
barrier down of just assuming that what somebody told us is racist is racist.
You gotta be able to separate yourself.
You have to be able to separate that. And once we stop thinking that way, we can.
But some of it is actually,
but we can't feel it. We can't let it affect us.
Yeah, you still got a choice to make.
Because once you start letting things affect you, and from that moment on, and I'm like, I've been thinking this my whole life, that when a white boy or a white man calls me a boy, that it's a racist thing. And he called them boys like it was nothing. Hey, what are you boys doing? And when you watch older movies,
technically to them, they boys.
Waking me up to things that I was told was racist that just may not be racist. You know, I watch old movies. Hey, boy, go get that horse and cattle and clean up the. That's a form of endearment. And if we're being offended by a form of endearment, you know, just because we were mistold, then, you know, we can break those barriers down. And one of the things that this podcast does is going to break those barriers down, because we're not just going to talk to black models. We'll talk to white models. We're not just going to talk to R&B singers. We're going to talk to country rock singers. You know, we're not going to just feature, you know, a certain type of people.
Which they're coming soon.
Everybody, because everybody is what it's going to take Oklahoma to that next level. Not just a certain race, not just a certain people, and not just a certain class. We all have to come together. And this city is one of those cities that has a culture of support and coming together. So we just have to take it up a notch. And we so appreciate you, Rayvan. We have enjoyed talking to you. We can go on, and you know, we want to dig a little deeper, especially in that boyfriend thing. Boy, but I'll be like that old white man. Boy,
Tighten up,
boy, what you doing? But we want to thank you for coming. And as we promised, we're going to bring you the greats. Everybody that sits in this couch is one of Oklahoma's finest. And you get to meet them, you get to research them, you get to follow them from this. And while you're following Rayvan, make sure you come and follow us. Because if you've gotten to this point in the podcast, all we ask is that you like, that you follow, and help get our message out to the rest of the world. Because that's what we're doing. We're shining the light on Oklahoma greatest. This is one of the greatest. And we want the world to see what we have here in Oklahoma City. Wingz Alwayz Making 100 CEOs podcast. I'm Zeffelin.
Empress.
Yes.
Peace. Thank you.
Deuces. Give Rayvan a shout out, y'all.
All right.
You got him back straight.
Rayvan. We're so glad you came.
Thank y'all for having me too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what? I like that. You can take away the kinda. How good was it?
You know me, I'll keep talking.
How does the playwright work?
I feel like I got a proof process. Hold on. I feel like
Whether they have, you know, children or not,
Yeah.
you know, single parents or not, you know, there's people out there that don't have children that still, you know, have a world of things that they have going on.
Yeah.
You know, so what advice would you give to that next aspiring artist?
Yeah. So some advice that I would give is, you know, I never in a million years would have thought